Hi, everyone. I know the virtual background is so bizarre looking, especially when you move and you kind of see this weird outline happen. So I am going to do my best not to move around too much. Quickly though, I wanted to add this fourth segment to my Dr. Joe vlog because I've really been thinking about it, and it's a really good share. At the retreat, there was a professor who is at UCSD here in San Diego, University of California at San Diego. I honestly can't remember what department he's in. I believe it's neuroscience, but I'm going to double check. His name is Dr. Patel. And he has been working with Dr. Joe Dispenza on documenting a lot of the research. It was his first retreat live. He's been working with Dr. Joe for about a year. And what they shared was very profound. And of course, this is the April Orlando 2021 retreat. So things had not yet opened up here in California. And what they did is they recreated the COVID virus. They cannot experiment with the COVID virus because the laboratory's level of security required is called level 3. And I guess it goes 1, 2, 3, obviously. And their lab is rated at 2. So they had to create like a fake COVID virus. And they showed it to us on a slide. It looks exactly like the COVID virus, which is round, with the spike proteins or the spikes apparently that adhere to your blood cells. Anyway, so they recreated this. And then they did a little study with 3 groups from different, 3 groups that are pulled from people that have attended the retreats. So they had a group of non-meditators. So who they said were in that group were like the spouses of attendees or friends that stopped by, but people that were actually not in the event. And then so they were the non-meditators. Then they had a group of novice meditators, people newly meditating. And then they had a group of experienced meditators. And they exposed the blood of these 3 groups to this virus prior to meditation. And then with those microscopes that can see down to the degree, showed what happened. And what they showed is all of the non-meditators, their blood cells got infected. So the spike protein adheres to the cell and then penetrates. That's why it has those little pointy things. The novice meditators the non-meditators, they all got infected. The cells got infected. Then the new meditators had some infection. And then the experienced meditators had just barely any. It literally shows that COVID, or the fake COVID, stuck in trying to penetrate the cell wall, but not getting in. All right. Then after meditation, they did the same thing. This is all live blood draw analysis. And what was really amazing is that the experienced meditators, there was like no infection. It showed that fake COVID virus adhered to the wall. Even the little things are trying to get in, but do not get in. And if they got a little bit through, there were these little tiny dots that they said were the infectious part of that virus, but not to the point where it's the whole cell became infected. And that was amazing to me. And I'm not come out in public and said this because it's such a controversial thing, and I have no idea how, it's so judgy, but I currently have chosen not to get vaccinated. And because I do believe that my mind is a huge part of my immune system. huge. I've seen it, witnessed it in other people, and I felt things in my own body, and I've always been this way, meaning I got vaccines as a kid, but I have never chosen to be an adult and get the flu vaccine. I always choose alternative medicine before I go the allopathic way, and that's caused distress in some of my relationships, especially even with, I had a partner that was a doctor, and he actually broke up with me because he just couldn't handle that. He even told me, I know this is not, this is kind of dumb, but I feel really disrespected because you always choose alternative medicine before allopathic medicine. Anyway, I I'm at that point in my life where I really want to be walking my talk. So if I believe in something, I have to choose that path and live it. And even in the midst of controversy, judgment, unfortunately, divisiveness, even with it's pretty intense. And yeah, so there you go. I was quite amazed by this. And again, I just wanted to share this piece with you. I'd forgotten about it. And, you know, the Orlando event had over 1,300 people in attendance in a conference hall. And I would say initially when I arrived, about maybe 100 people at the most remained masked within the room where we would gather. You know, we all were to wear a mask walking around the hotel, which I did. But within the group itself, I would say there were about that many at the beginning. And at the end, maybe less than 50. And as far as I know, no one has gotten sick. And yeah, there you go. And yes, I've read, today is June 28. I have read all the, not all, but some of the media news on the two variants, especially the Delta variant, which is supposed to be highly, highly transmittable, like something like 40 to 60%, you know, something like that. And I'm pretty aware. I'm not totally aware of everything out there that comes out daily practically. However, I am 150%, I do not live in fear of getting sick. And I do not live in fear that I am a transmitter, that I'm carrying it and I'm reckless and I'm inconsiderate or rude or whatever word you choose and I'm going to get someone else sick. I do not believe that at all. Okay, so there you go. You know, I don't know, this might cause you to give me some, some haters make comments, or you're not going to be my friend anymore. But again, it's my truth. And no matter what you choose, I wish you all always the best health, happiness, love, abundance, joy, and a little fun. Bye for now, everyone.